Hey everybody, it's John from Slots, Iowa. So, continuing in my series of casino myths, this is probably not one that you're going to hear from anybody else, but I think it's important to know this and also to understand it. So, casino myth number 8 is the casino is not there and in business to make you money. And you're like, what? What? I should walk in there every day and I should get put in $500 and make 1,000. You know, these casinos are either private corporations or they're owned by they're owned by stockholders, and they're not there to make you money. They're there to make their owners or their stockholders money, and that may seem unfair, maybe, but it's no different than any other business in this country. They're not there to make money for the people that buy their products. They're there to make money for their owners or their stockholders. That's the cold hard fact. So if you think that you should walk into a casino every day and make money, you are sorely mistaken. And in fact, you're probably lucky if you walk into the casino and you make money 3 out of 10 times, 2 out of 10 times. Okay? That's just the way it is. So how do you prevent yourself from losing money? Well, number one is you follow a budget. You walk in there with a specific amount of money that you can lose, and it's money that you can afford to lose. And if you walk out of there minus your $500 or whatever it is that you took in, you're not beating your head against the wall, or you're not slapping your hand on your head when you get in the car, or you're not driving away feeling like my life is done. You've lost money that you can afford to lose. It's entertainment, and it's just the way it is, okay? Icing on the cake is if you walk in there and make something. If you walk in with 500, you walk out with 600, you're a winner, okay? If you walk in with 500 and you walk out with 1,000, you're even a bigger winner. If you walk in with 500 and you walk out with 5,000, you're a tremendous winner. But it doesn't happen to very many people, okay? You probably heard me say this before on this channel. I've had one hand pay in the last 2 years that I've been playing. And I'm not betting 75 cents a spin. Usually I'm betting anywhere from $2.50 to $3.75 to $5 a spin. And I still haven't hit a hand pay in a year and a half. That's just the way it is, folks. Okay? I watch these YouTube videos. I watch Jackpot Judo. Great guy. I follow his method. I don't hit hand pays. Okay? And I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Sometimes I walk in with $400, I build it up to 1,000, and I walk out without my $400. It's because I have difficulty being disciplined, okay? I have difficulty saying, I am up $400, put the stupid money in your pocket safe and get out of there. It's hard. And for those of us that have an addictive personality, it's hard to leave because we always think that if we chase the wins, we're going to win. Well, you know what? The machines are set up, if you chase the wins, you're going to lose. I don't care if you walk in there with $1 million. If you continue to play and you continue to play and you continue to play, you are going to lose your $1 million. That's the way it's designed. Because it's not designed that every machine pays out 100% or 110%. It's designed so that the machine pays out 88%. In fact, 85% I think is the minimum that it has to pay out according to most state laws. But most are set up at 88, 90, 92, 94%. You say, well, those are great odds, are they? You put $1 in the machine, you get 94 cents back. You put $1 in the machine, you get 88 cents back. And it doesn't really work that way because you put $1 in the machine and another person puts $1 in the machine and you get nothing, they get $5,000. Well, that machine has to even out somehow over years of working, okay? So saying it's 88% return doesn't mean you're going to get 88%. You might get 0%. I watched a YouTube video the other day with Let's Talk Slots, and I don't know how many spins they went through before they finally hit a bonus. It was a couple hundred, maybe even 300. And the average hitting bonuses on what they were playing, which I think was Dragon Link, is like every 40 to 80. They went to 300 to 400 spins with no bonuses. Okay? That's reality. That's what happens when you play slots sometimes. Yes, sometimes you can play and you hit a bonus back to back to back. Okay, that happens. Not very often. First spin, bonus, done it. Okay, how often does it happen? Not very often. So you just have to tell yourself, look, this casino is not here for me to make money. This casino is not here to pad my wallet. This casino is not here for me to walk in with $100 and make enough to pay my rent or my mortgage payment. That's just not the way it is. And if it feels like I'm yelling at you, I guess maybe I'm raising my voice because I've learned through experience that casinos are not here for you. They're here for the corporation. They're here for the company to make money. And if they don't make money, they will close and you will have no place to go to. You know, remember, I'm always rooting for you. I'm always rooting for myself, but it doesn't always work. Okay? Don't chase wins and losses. You're only going to lose. Don't walk into a casino thinking you're going to become a millionaire because you're not. Maybe one in 100 million people will. In fact, I think the odds of winning some of these high progressive, these $1 million progressives, are higher than what it is to win the lottery. The problem is we walk into casinos and we lose our minds. Okay? I got here. You walk in and a $100 bill becomes a $1 bill. And you say, what do you mean by that, John? You walk in and when you go to the store, say you go into Walmart or Sam's Club and you look at the shelf and you go, man, that package that I usually buy for $10 is now $11. What the heck is going on? $1 is a lot of money. And then you walk into a casino and $100 becomes $1 because you slam that $100 in the machine and you go through it at $5 spins in 2 or 3 minutes. And if you don't get a bonus, you pop another one in. We really do. We lose the ability to understand what money is when we walk into a casino. And you say, well, you know, but I'm gonna get the souffle pan, if I get 100 points. Well, what did that 100 points cost you? That 100 points might have cost you $300. You can walk over to the store and buy that pan for $10. But I got this gift. They gave me a great gift. Yeah, it cost you $300. Okay? I got a free buffet. That free buffet cost you $300. And I'm not trying to tell you not to go to the casino because I really enjoy going. And I know you do too. That's why, number one, you're watching this channel, and number two, you're going there and you're spending your money. But don't let this $1 or $100 bill turn into this $1 bill. And it happens all the time. Something clicks in your brain and you go, money doesn't matter. And that's also one of the reasons why casinos want to get away from you handling cash. They want everything to be electronic. And I'm here to tell you, I predict that in the next 5 years, almost every casino in the country will be electronic only. There will be no cash. You will deposit money into an account that's managed by a company that contracts with the casino to handle their money, and you will most likely it'll be an app on your phone or it'll be your player's card, and you'll pop that in there. It'll say you got $500. Okay, you'll never have cash in your hand anymore. That was the difference between when they had coins. You always had coins in your hands, and your hands got filthy, and you had buckets you carried it around, but you had money, and you could see how much you had and how much you could lose. When it becomes electronic, you can lose a heck of a lot more and not even realize it because the money's not in your hands. It's kind of like going to the ATM. As long as it gives you money, I guess I must have money in the bank. Or as long as I, pay for something and it's not declined, I must have money. Okay? It's a lot different than 50 years ago when you had to carry cash or a check. Especially when you carried cash. You knew how much you had in your hand, you knew how much you had to spend. It's not like that anymore. So when you go into casino, and I'm telling you, this is a prediction, but I'm telling you in 5 years or so, everything is going to be, every transaction that takes place at the casino is going to be electronic. And there probably are some places like that now, but not the ones that I go to. You still have to walk in with cash. You still have to put it in the machine. Okay. Someday you're not going to have cash. It's just going to be a card or an app. And it's going to be so much easier to lose track of what money actually means. So you have to have a little bit of self-control. And I've seen so many people with no self-control at the casino. It's these guys that are slamming buttons and hitting the screen and yelling at the machine. As one of the influencers, Brantley, says, those people are probably people that are losing money because they're getting frustrated. When you first walk in the casino and you put $100 in, you're not slamming the buttons and hitting the screen because you're still thinking, oh, I'm going to win today. It's going to be awesome. And you start losing. It's like putting $100 in the machine, you get down to $25. Now it's kind of like, oh, I'm at the point of no return, you know. If I'm betting 5 or 3 or whatever dollars, that's soon going to run out. And my chances of hitting that bonus are even less, even though they're the same. You still have the same chance of hitting the RPG, the random number generator number, as you do any other time you hit the button. But as you get less and less in money, you start worrying more and more because I'm just getting to the point where I'm gonna lose. So these people that are doing that are probably close to being out of money. They're the ones that are going to run to the ATM, use their credit card, whatever. And that's your own business, I guess. If you want to use your credit card and rack up credit card charges and max out your bank account, that's your business. Okay, it's not mine. It's not for me to tell you to stop that. Okay, I would encourage, if you are that person, that you reach out to 1-800-BETS-OFF and talk to somebody about your gambling problem. Because people that have difficulty stopping start out not being able to make the mortgage payment, not being able to buy food. Pretty soon they lose their house, they lose their car, they're living on the street. Is it worth it? Yeah, I know it's great when you hit a $5,000 jackpot. How often does it happen? Not very often. And again, I've never hit that. 2,200 is my biggest jackpot. Love to hit 5,000, but I don't. I feel pretty good if I walk out even. If I walk in with 400, I walk out with 400. Pretty good day. I can go again. If I lose 400, I take a couple weeks off because I can't afford to continue to go once a week or twice a week, losing $400 every time I walk in. Life is a gamble sometimes, but you also have to have control over that gamble. And walking into a casino, you have to have control. And maybe it takes taking somebody with you that can say, hey, John, you need to get out of here. You're out of control. Okay. I've seen people on YouTube, they're out of control. And if you stand at the entrance to a casino when people are walking in, how do they look? They're happy. I'm happy to be here. It's going to be a great day. Okay. You stand at that same door when they're walking out. Most of them. Okay. Majority of people, when they walk out, they've lost money. Because again, if people don't lose money, the casino will not be in business for very long. So I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but, control yourself. Don't lose more than you can afford to lose. And God forbid you should lose the money that you need for rent, food, car payment, whatever. Okay. And God forbid that you should get your paycheck deposited in your bank and you lose it in an hour. Most of us don't have savings cushions that allow us to keep dipping and dipping and dipping. So, hey, it's the holiday season. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay. I hope that you don't lose money at the casino so that you're able to buy Christmas presents for your kids and your family. And again, if you have an issue with gambling addiction, please call 1-800-BETS-OFF. They will help you. And you can also self-exclude yourself from the casinos. So, if you're somebody that loses a lot of money, self-exclude yourself so that when you walk in the door, they go, hey, I'm sorry, you need to leave. Our facial recognition software says that you are self-excluded. You need to get out. And the unfortunate thing is, if you're self-excluded and you don't get caught at the door and you win a jackpot, they're going to come over and go, sorry, you self-excluded yourself, you're out. You don't get the jackpot. So I appreciate all you guys that are watching. If you like this, please follow, subscribe, like, share. It would be great for me. I have a really difficult time getting followers on YouTube, and but I do like putting these videos out, and I do like, I hope that I help just one of you out there. So have a great day. I'm rooting for you. I'll talk to you later.